Hi, this is Bob Kaplitz with a learning video. Jump on the day's news. What it is, previewing important upcoming stories that day instead of repeating yesterday's news. Sounds obvious, but viewers want you to look ahead, not tell them what they saw on yesterday's news. So you have to rethink. Systems are crucial. This doesn't happen at 4 o'clock in the morning for the morning team. It has to be planned in advance. Otherwise, it just doesn't happen. In fact, use a planner or a day book. Every time you cover a story, it has follow-up potential. So if you look ahead to tomorrow, there ought to be several stories in your day book. Regarding today's stories, look at what happens next, namely tomorrow. Every story has a future. Is anything scheduled for tomorrow? If there was a fire, what happens next? If there was a crime, what happens next? If an organization met on a key issue or a governmental agency, what happens next? Lots of opportunities to follow up. Use beat reporters. They're in an excellent position to know what's coming up the next day on their beat. Grab sound bites for a whip around. Ask your reporters and anchors and photographers, what can we expect on this story? Give us your insight. No production, top of mind information. After all, they've been covering the story. They've been covering the issue. They should know what's coming up. And if they know you're going to ask them, they should get that information. Enterprise. Call sources to learn what's coming up by city, county, and state government. All kinds of stories out there. By making phone calls to your sources and people you're beginning to cultivate, you can find out. Look beyond local to state, national, and international. What's coming up the next day when it comes to state developments, national developments, and international? A lot of story possibilities there. Some people fear a concept like this. What are their concerns? Well, people won't cooperate. There's not enough material to preview, not enough time. Well, people will cooperate if you help them find out what's coming up the next day. If you let them know in advance, you're going to be asking them. And there will be enough to preview. Time is not an issue if you plan ahead. Let's be realistic. There will be weak links. Discuss what they are and plan for them. Keep score. Set up a producer scorecard for the morning news. See where you're on target, where you're off target, and what you need to do to improve. What gets measured gets done. There should be lots of stories from your planner, from your beat reporters, from today's stories, which provide follow-up angles tomorrow, through enterprise, making calls to people you know and don't know, from city to state to national to international. A lot of things are coming up the next day. Guidelines. Make this a priority. Start planning the day before, if not several days before. Make it a requirement. Anticipate roadblocks and celebrate successes. Some quotes to keep in mind. Regarding this insanity, if you're finding that a particular approach isn't working, determine why and figure out how you could make it better. Look at the old versus the new way. The new way is previewing the day's news. The old is rehashing old news. The new is providing information viewers can't get elsewhere. The old telling viewers the same stuff the competition has. The new giving you something to promote. The old leaving you with no franchise to promote. Contact me with questions. Take care.